Well, hello. What I'm going to be doing today is film a Q&A, and that rhymes, so it's true. Yeah, on Instagram I saw a bunch of you had a few questions, and I've decided to do a Q&A about 1.5 years after I did one that kind of reached a bunch of views. It's over 2,000 I think now. I'm not sure what happened with the algorithm there. But yeah, I guess I'm YouTube famous now because of that video. So the first question I got was, how am I? I'm good, actually. It's December now, and usually around that time I'm kind of not that great because I hate when it gets dark outside too early. But now, like this fall and like beginning of winter, I've been really good, which really surprised me, so I'm good, thank you. And the second question I've got was, where do I live? I live in Berlin now. I'm originally from Vienna, but I moved here 1.5 years ago almost, last October. And I actually made a video on that and why I moved to Berlin. So if you want to know more about that topic, you can check that out. And yeah, right now I live in Berlin. Another question I got was, could I see myself living in a non-German speaking country? If yes, where? Yes. I could see myself moving to another country. I picked Germany as like a country that I could move to because I wanted to study journalism here, and obviously it's easier to study journalism in your native language, so that's why it was like kind of a given that I would move to a German speaking country, but I could definitely see myself moving to a non-German speaking country. A bunch of them actually. I really want to live in London someday, and I could see myself living almost anywhere really. What do I study? Well, I kind of already answered that. I'm studying journalism and corporate communication, and I'm currently in my 3rd semester. My next travel destinations. Well, I'm gonna go to the Philippines during Christmas and New Year's. Then I'm hopefully gonna go to Sri Lanka in March. Yeah, and these are the things that are kind of planned. I'm really excited for both of them because they're both in Southeast Asia, and as you guys have probably already figured out, I love Southeast Asia. How can I afford to travel so much? Well, that question reaches me all the time. I actually wrote a blog post about that. It's in German though, so if you don't speak German, that's why I'm making this video in English. First of all, one of the reasons why I love Southeast Asia is that it's super cheap, because you can survive and like have a very nice holiday or have nice travels with 30 euros a day. Whereas in Europe, you probably wouldn't have that much fun or like good food on 30 euros a day. With 30 euros, I mean accommodation, food, transportation, activities, all that kind of stuff, like everything basically that you spend your money on. Yeah, and shoulder seasons are a big thing. I like to go to destinations on shoulder seasons. I've been to Asia during wet season multiple times. Yeah, of course it rains, of course it's wet, but you just have to plan your day and do stuff during the times where it doesn't rain, because it never actually rains the entire day. It's just like heavy rain for a few hours, and then you can go out and explore during the hours that it doesn't rain. I've been to India in April, a time where people tell you to never go to India because it's super hot. I mean, yes, it was hot. We were kind of lucky because it was 40 degrees. It can be above 40 degrees, which would be way different, I think. But if you think about it, like how many times have you been on European destination where it was 40 degrees and you still explored? I think we all kind of got used to exploring when it's super hot and we don't want to move anyway. Yeah, so these would be my kind of top tips. Then I have a few tips written down on my blog. If you guys want to have like an extra video in English on how to travel for cheap or how do I afford to travel so much, then please write in the comments or write me a direct message on Instagram, or just let me know if you want to have that video. Then I can make a special video just on how to travel for cheap. Where do I want to go next? A destination that I really want to explore in the future is Tanzania, or like more of Africa. But I think like I've looked into a few tours, and they're not very cheap, of course, because if you travel in a tour you always have to pay for the tutorial and everything. I guess I'm gonna have to do that when, I don't know, I earn more money or when I'm older. But yeah, when I've gained enough courage to do it on my own, like without a tour. But I'm not sure how easy that is in Africa. If you know, if it's easy, if it's doable. Like I'd love to go to Tanzania or Namibia or Kenya, really any of these places. If you know any of them, or if you can give me any tips, please let me know, send me a message or write it in the comments. Do I make money off my blog, while we're on the topic of making money and things being expensive? No, I don't make money off my blog. I don't make money at all with YouTube or writing on my blog. I'm kind of looking into more options on how to make money on my blog right now. The best place that I would say to travel solo is Southeast Asia for sure. It's super easy in Southeast Asia. I'd say the easiest destination to travel solo is probably Thailand. Also Malaysia is super easy to travel to, like everything, the transportation, food, everything's great and super easy accessible and not too expensive. Yeah, these were all the questions I wrote down, all the questions you asked me. If there's any other questions, let me know. Or even if you just want to give me feedback. There's a contact site on my website that you can use, and yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. And you can also write more questions if you have more questions, or if you have wishes for videos or blog posts that I should do. You can write it down here, there. And yeah, I think that's it. Bye!